Properties of angles, lesson 22 notes, example number 3. List all possible pairs for each of the following. Well, on the side here, if you look at this figure, we've got lines X and Y, which are parallel, and they are cut by a transversal T. Now that yellow region is the interior. It's a little different than the problem we did up above. The problem we did above, the lines were going horizontally. The parallel lines were going horizontally, where here the parallel lines are going vertically. But the region between the two parallel lines is your interior. So 2, 3, 6, and 7 are your interior angles. Again, 2, 3, 6, and 7 are between the parallel lines, so they are your interior angles, where 1, 4, 5, and 8 are outside of the parallel lines, therefore they are your exterior angles. Okay, so let's start with alternate interior angles. What is on the other side of the transversal as angle 2, but not adjacent to it? Well, since angle 7 is adjacent, that means the only possible answer is 6. So 2 and 6 are alternate interior angles. 2 and 6 are alternate interior angles. Well, 3 and 7 then. See how 3 and 7 are on different sides of the transversal? They're in the interior, they're not adjacent, so 3 and 7 are alternate interior angles. Pause your video, get all of that written down. Okay, alternate exterior angles. Let's start with angle 1. Angle 1, 4, 5, and 8 are all the exterior. Angle 1 and 4 are on the same side, 5 and 8 are on the same side. So alternate sides with angle 1 would have to be either 5 or 8. Since 8 is adjacent, it can't be angle 8. So angles 1 and angle 5 are alternate exterior angle. Angle 1 and 5 are alternate exterior angles. Angle 4 is on the exterior. The other side of the transversal would be 5 and 8. Well, since 5 is adjacent, it can't be angle 5, so it's 4 and 8. Angle 4 and 8 are on opposite sides and in the exterior, so they are alternate exterior angles. Angles 4 and 8 are alternate exterior angles. Pause your video, get that written down. Same side interior. Angle 2, what is on the same side as angle 2 and between the parallel lines? Well, that would be angle 2 and angle 3. 2 and 3 are both on the interior, and they're on the same side of the transversal, which is line T. So therefore, 2 and 3 are same side interior angles, as is 6 and 7. 6 and 7 are on the same side of line T, and they're between the parallel lines, making them same side interior angles. So again, it is angles 2 and 3 and angles 6 and 7. What is the exterior angle on the same side as angle 1? That would be angle 4. 1 and 4 are both exterior and on the same side. Same with 5 and 8. 5 and 8 are both exterior and they're on the same side. So 5 and 8 would be same side exterior angles. So 1 and 4 and 5 and 8. Pause your video, get that written down. All right, corresponding angles. Remember, corresponding angles have the same position. So one will be interior, one will be exterior, and they will be on the same side of the transversal. So let's start with angle 1. Well, if you look at these 4 angles, angle 1 is that top right angle. It's on the top and it's on the right. So the top right angle is angle 1. Well, down here, the top right angle is angle 3. So that means angles 1 and angle 3 are corresponding angles. And just by, if you look at this, angle 1 is exterior, angle 3 is interior, and they're on the same side and not adjacent. So angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding angles. What corresponds with angle 2? Well, angle 2 is the top left. Out of these 4, it's the top left. Well, if you look at these 4, what's the top left angle? The 2 on top would be 3 and 4, and the 1 on the left is the 4. So that means 2 and 4 are corresponding angles. They're in the same position. 5. Angle 5 is the bottom left. Up here, what's bottom left? That would be angle 7. So 5 and 7 are corresponding angles. Angle 6 is the bottom right. Up here, what's the bottom right? That would be angle 8. So angles 6 and 8 are corresponding angles. Okay, so we named all the alternate interior, the alternate exterior, same side interior, same side exterior, and corresponding angles. The only thing left to do is come up with the angle measurements. Well, this is where we're going to use what I like to call the zigzag method. So I draw a zigzag. First, I start with my vertical angles. 1 and 7 are across from one another. They are vertical angles. Then we do alternate interior. So 3 and 7 are alternate interior angles. And then we do vertical again. So vertical, alternate interior, vertical. All of the angles that fall on that zigzag have the exact same measurement. And that measurement is 65 degrees. So angle 7 is 65 degrees, angle 3 is 65 degrees, and angle 5 is 65 degrees. How do we find the other angles? Well, we use what's called a linear pair. See how this is a straight line here? These two angles here form a linear pair. Linear pairs are supplementary, which means they add up to 180. So I'm going to take 180 minus the other angle, which is 65, and 180 minus 65 is 115 degrees. So I took 180 minus the given angle to find the other angle. 180 minus 65 is 115. So you could draw another zigzag, but you don't need to. Sometimes two zigzags can tend to be a little confusing. So if you only draw one zigzag, then all the angles that are on the zigzag have the same measurement, and all of the angles that are not on the zigzag have the same measurement. So 4, 6, 2, and 8 all are 115 degrees. Okay, pause your video, get all of that written down. If you have any questions on example 3, please let me know.